All right, page 3, problem 4. A pole tilts towards the sun at an angle of 8 degrees from the vertical, and it casts a 22-foot shadow. The angle of elevation from the tip of the shadow to the top of the pole is 43 degrees. How tall is the pole? Ground. I'll draw this sun on this side because it's fun. It's like we're in elementary. I love it. Now remember, a regular flagpole, like when y'all walked in and saw the flag, it's straight up and down. But not this pole. It's tilted. Which way is it tilted?
Towards the sun.
Towards the sun. Good. So if this was the pole, it'd be like that. So this is the drawing of my pole. That's the pole. Now remember, if it was straight up and down, remember this would be a 90-degree angle, but it's tilted. How many degrees is it tilted towards the sun? It says. Yeah, it's 8 degrees tilted towards the sun. So what does this angle measure? 98 degrees. Yes, yes, yes. Good job.
Would it not be the angle, like, in the combination?
So let's keep going. The reason why I wanted this angle is because, listen, if the sun is on one side, what's on the other side? The shadow. So this is the shadow. So I need the angle that touches the shadow. Really good question. Really good question. So that's the shadow. And how long is the shadow? It says
22 feet.
yes, yes, yes. So let's label this 22. And then it said from the tip of the shadow to the top of the pole, it gave us an angle of elevation. What is that? Oh, that's an ugly angle. What is it? 40-ish? 43, thank you. And then they want to know how tall the pole is, like how tall the pole should be when it's straight up and down. So, y'all, this almost seems like a Pythagorean theorem question, because in 8th grade you found shadows and how tall poles were like 1,000 times. But this is not Pythagorean theorem question because of that third word. It's tilted. So it's not a 90-degree right triangle. It's an obtuse triangle. All right, so let me just label this stuff. I'm just going to label ABC. I'm going to label A down here, B at the top, C over here. C is going to be 43 degrees. Let me go ahead and do my leg measures. This is going to be little A. The shadow, the way I drew it, is going to be a little B. And then the pole is going to be little C. All right, cool. So what are you going to be forced to work with? You're going to be forced to work with that 22. What angle matches the 22? I don't know. We're going to have to find angle B. So to find angle B, let's go ahead and do 180 minus that other stuff. All right, so angle B is 39 degrees. That's going to be the left side of your proportion. So 22 is the sine of 39 as, what are we looking for again? We're looking for the pole. So the way I drew my diagram, that's leg C. So C is going to be on the top. Sine of what, guys? What goes here? 43, very good. The angle of elevation. Please remember your calculator ready line is required. Right, Miriam? Yes, yes, yes? So 22 sine of 43 over sine of 39.
I'm going to the IT meters. Conventional skirmish.
Let's see, sine. So 23.842 is what you guys should have got. Any questions on that? Remember, it's in feet. And that is the answer. All right. Any questions on that? I'm going to ask you to set up the next one on your own, but before we do, I should have mentioned this at the beginning, but I forgot. Y'all, your directions, north, south, east. Well, I know this is north and south, like that's so easy, but which one's east and which one's west? What goes here? West is to the left, east is to the right. Got it. I know it spells the word we. That's how I remember it. You gotta know your directions in this unit for sure. All right. Towards each other on a path through the park. The path runs east-west. A hot air balloon is directly above the path between them. One of the walkers, a female, sees the balloon when looking east at an angle of elevation of 46 degrees. The other walker, a male, sees the balloon looking west at an angle of elevation of 72 degrees. If the walkers are 55 yards apart, how far is the balloon from the male observer? All right. Here we go. First sentence. Two people are walking towards each other on a path in the park. Okay, here's two people. So fun. What's next? The path runs east-west. East-west. Okay. What's next? A hot air balloon is directly above the path between them. We get to draw a hot air balloon, guys. Come on. How fun is this? All right. And then what's next? One of the walkers, a female, sees the balloon when looking east at an angle of elevation of 46 degrees. Which one's the female, y'all? The one on the left or the one on the right side of my paper? Very good. This is the female. Great job. All right. So when she looks up, it's 46 degrees. And when the male looks up, what is it? 72. Yeah, thank you. All right, you got one more piece of info. What is it? They're 55 yards apart. And the question is asking how far away is the balloon from the male? So that's this distance right here, straight line distance. So we need this measure right there. So again, just going to label this stuff ABC. All right, so the way I drew my diagram, I'm looking for leg A. So remember, you got to have some complete things over on the left side of your proportion. I'm definitely going to use 55, but I need this angle of the balloon. So we're going to have to do 180 minus this stuff. So 180 minus 46 and minus 72. All right, so that balloon angle is 62 degrees. That's it. We're ready to go now. Left side. Y'all, what's the right side? What'd y'all put here? Okay. Awesome. And then I labeled that leg A, so I'm just going to write small a up there. All right, your calculator ready is going to be 55 sine 46 divided by sine 62. All right, we're almost done. clear this out. 55 sine of 46. Enter, divide. Sine of 62. There you go. That's how far that balloon is from that guy, 809. All right. So how far away is that balloon? That balloon is 44.809 yards away from the guy. That's it.